What's going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. So Treasure Map is not far away. I've already made a video talking about quote-unquote accessible teams. If you guys want to go check that out, highly advise doing that if you do need a little bit of help in terms of team building. However, this video is pertaining to my own personal teams. Now, I know not everyone is going to be able to build these teams, and that's completely okay, but I know some people do ask for them because people that end up pulling a lot of the characters, they want to see what I'm doing for my team. So I'm going to show you guys exactly what I'm doing for each boss fight in this video, and then of course once we get to the Intrusion battle, I'll show the clip of the team clearing the Intrusion fight. So without further ado, let's get into it. First fight versus Chopper, and essentially we're running pretty much the recommended units here. We've got Capone, which deals with the slots, gives us an orb boost, removes paralysis, which changes the paralysis slots into matching. We are going to be using Barto Cavendish to remove the damage threshold, also giving our crew the attack boost. And then we're also got Killer, which is going to be a nice unit to give us some color affinity boost, which is a really good choice. We have Black Maria just as basically a filler unit. We also do have Bonnie support attached to Capone, because when we launch the special of Capone, it's going to generate us a 2.5 times chain lock, which means we don't really need to bring a dedicated unit for a chain lock because the support will do it for us. And then we do have Daifuku, which is going to enable us to wave clear the first two stages. And again, it's a pretty simple team, nothing too crazy. The recommended units are really good for this fight. So now we're going to go ahead and have a look at the Ulti fight. Now, this is the fight where I did suggest to use Frankie as the captain, because there is damage limiter in this quest. So Frankie's captain action is going to enable us to remove that, or at least go through it, really. We can also use the Frankie captain action to basically wave clear stage 2 with the mobs, which is going to be pretty cool. Now, in order to get around all of the gimmicks here, in terms of special reverse, which occurs, we're going to be using, obviously, the Mr. 3 support on Frankie. I'm not even too sure if Frankie's special is even going to be active. Even if it isn't, like, it's not really going to be the end of the world. We have Hawkins here, which does reduce cooldown for our Silent characters, and he also changes their slots and also gives us an orb boost, so that's great. We got Sanji, which can give us an attack boost. We have Luffy, which gets around the resilience and also gives us a chain lock. And also we have the support of Brook and Sabo on the team to remove some defense up, and then we have the Skull and whatever this guy's name is, Skull and Mihal, and this guy also removes 5 turns of defense up, and also does give us a color affinity boost for our Psy characters. So we've got attack, orb, and color affinity. We have a chain lock from Luffy, and then the support and Luffy special, and then also Hawkins special, all get around the gimmicks of this quest. So it's going to take a lot because you have to launch a lot of specials, but it is going to be able to get through it pretty comfortably. At least we don't have to deal with the damage limiter in this quest. Looking forward now into the Jack fight. Now, we're going to be using Kuzan as the captain for this quest. Now, Kuzan's really cool. I have loved using this character since getting his level limit break up. This guy is so good. So with his level limit break captain, he gives himself a lot of cooldown, gives the crew some cooldown, has a pretty good attack boost, but the last line of his captain effect doubles the crew's attack and orbs by 2 turns at the start of battle 3. That is so good, as it enables us to get just damage for free. We don't even have to launch a special in order to get that damage. We have the Kanjuro support attached to Izo and Okiku to remove the bind. We can also use the Izo Okiku special to wave clear stage 2, carry a chain lock into the final stage. And then we've also got, we're going to have the full board of Wano slots due to Hiyori being on the crew. And we're going to have all of those slots, so we don't have to worry about changing our slots around. The bind is going to be removed via the Izo and Okiku support. And then, of course, to deal with the attack down, we are going to have the Usopp special. And then we can also use the special of one of the Kuzans to extend the attack and orb boost for the revive. And we do have the support of the Perospero, which will lock the slots of striker characters so that the Wano slots on our captains are going to be maintained, because after the revive, our crewmates are also going to be binded once again. So we're just utilizing just the 2 Kuzan captains to kill Jack after the revive. He's always going to fix revive at 1.6 million HP. So I do believe that with 2 Kuzans with Wano slots and a 2 times attack and orb boost, should be able to deal with 1.6 million damage. And now we get to one of the most difficult Battle Rush bosses of all time, being Mako, and no surprise, we're going to be using Queen as our two dedicated captains here. We've got Sasaki with his double special to get around the Despair and attack down on stage 2, and then the captain actions of Queen, and then we can use one of the Queen specials too to give us the color affinity boost and the end of turn damage effect on stage 2. Moving into the final stage once again, you know, the captain actions are going to be carrying pretty heavy here. But also Sabo will allow us to get around the special bind, and he also gives us a really significant chain locking effect. And realistically, you know, if you do a slot change, then they remove your beneficial effects, and they also will blow away your captain, but it doesn't really matter because our captains are going to be vanished, so we don't even have to worry about that at all. So realistically, we can basically do whatever we want. We do have the Queen special with the Uta support, which will help us at least on stage 2. The final stage, we're going to have the color affinity from another Queen, but he's going to remove the beneficial effects. I'm not 100% sure if he's going to continuously activate that. If that is the case, I may shuffle some of these characters around. But at least we're using Queens and Sasaki. Those are the key characters in this fight, and then you do need a special bind remover. Unfortunately, I don't have the Rare Recruit Ulti, which is really good here because it gives you an attack boost, an ult boost, and gets around the special bind. But at the end of the day, it shouldn't be that big of a problem. If it does get down to it where I'm going to have to shuffle my slots around, I can definitely go ahead and use something like a Straw Hat with the Brûlé support, which will probably be enough to get around this quest. And then we look at the Queen fight, where we basically just have all of the recommended units here. We've got Sanji, Luffy, Yamato, the two Rare Recruits in Chopper and Jinbei, as well as Odin and Toki. So I was trying to figure out ways to use like potentially Queen on the team versus Queen to give me more points, but at the end of the day, it just makes the Mako fight that much more annoying, and apparently, according to the in-game text, the Mako fight is going to actually provide you with more points than usual. I'm not too sure how that's going to work out, but the Mako fight is very difficult, so hopefully that is the case. But with this team here, it is slightly less points than the maximum, but we're still able to get around everything. The Chopper special removes poison and stuff, so basically you use the Chopper and the Jinbei special on stage 2. Of course, you can go ahead and use one of the Sanji specials on that stage as well, and then you can just kill that stage pretty comfortably. The final stage, you definitely want to save a Sanji special for that, and you're basically going to be destroying that that boss. Like, I don't really know what there else is to really say. You know, you use Chopper Jinbei on stage 2, and then you can save a Sanji special for the final stage and one for the revive. Realistically, this team is not going to have too many issues clearing this quest, as you're going to have the attack and all boost here from the Jinbei and the Chopper that can carry into the final stage. You kill with a Sanji special on the final stage. On the revive, you can use the Luffy Yamato switch and special as well, and it's just a lot of damage, and they really shouldn't have too many issues with all the boosted units. And then, of course, we get to the Intrusion quest. So this is the team that I am planning to use currently. So we're going to go ahead and switch over to the video now, showing how the team is able to get the job done. So the way that this team is kind of working is we are utilizing Queen's captain action to get around the defensive effects of what occurs on the stage 2 quest. Now, looking at past intrusions that have been 4 stages long, typically the boss that's on the second stage doesn't actually scale their HP, and if that is the case, it's going to be good moving forward because it means Queen's captain action will cover that stage very comfortably. But if that stage does end up scaling, then this team may need a little bit of shifting around in order to get around this stage, but we'll have to wait and see how things progress. But basically, we're taking 2 turns to kill the Kaido on stage 2, because when we move into stage 3 and we use the Sanji special to become the captain, if Queen is affected by the Vanish effect, then you're not allowed to use a captain swapping effect, unfortunately. So we actually have to take 2 turns on the stage prior, so that the Vanish effect of Queen actually dissipates, so then we can use Sanji to become the captain. But anyways, that is going to wrap it up from me. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you guys did enjoy it, make sure to go ahead and leave a like, and if you want to stay up to date with all the content that I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. On that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.
俺はジェ